Hey everybody, welcome back to our neck of the woods, and today's video we're going to be finishing out the front porch. It is like 6 a.m. right now. I don't care what it takes. The entire front porch we are going to get done for this part 2 of the install of that ceiling. Obviously we're not going to be able to paint everything because we're still in February, so it's still a little cold, but at least for the staining, it's happening inside of the house. And again, we're going to completely knock out that entire front porch ceiling, no matter what it takes, and we're going to get it done in this video. But first, if you're wondering why we're down here in the vault, well, again, if you guys missed our YouTube short, Aaron and I ended up getting a new computer down here. We haven't used it too much. I haven't even edited a video on it yet, but we know it's gonna be super high functioning and everything. But the reason why we're down here and we've got stuff like this set up is I wanna take a second and let you guys know Erin wants to start a YouTube channel. In fact, she wants to start 2 YouTube channels. We're gonna make this bedroom over here outside of the vault. We're gonna turn it into basically like a studio, because right now, as you can see, we're pretty jam-packed in here with the computer and everything, and my reloading station is basically being used right now. But we're looking at these foam panels and everything that we got, but Erin's YouTube channel that she wants to start, the first one is her and her friend started that cookie and cake and candy and pie and everything channel that she wanted to start. And if you guys remember the French toast video that we did for Vlogmas, I mentioned that Erin was thinking about that. So Erin and her best friend did go ahead and start that. So far it's only on Instagram at Sweet Relief 2021, and I believe there's some underscores, so I'll put the actual name right here for you. But she started Sweet Relief on YouTube also. So they went ahead and started their first 2 videos the other day that they're actually being edited and uploaded right now, which she ended up using this mic for, and the Canon camera that we didn't use for a long time, which is why I'm still on GoPro. But for vlogging and having this thing actually set up, it does work quite well. But that brings us to the second video, which is why we're kind of set up in here, or the second channel. She wants to start a YouTube channel watching this year's Drive to Survive for F1 and us watching the entire F1 racing season. So it's kind of like a reaction channel that she wants to start. It'll probably start off with just F1, but we'll probably go into further detail with it. But let me know what you guys think about that. Again, it's gonna be a channel only for Erin on the one and with her best friend on the other. So if we could get Erin to get monetized really fast on 2 channels, I think that would be awesome. I'll probably be in the F1 videos a little bit, I would imagine, since we need to watch them together. I don't want to watch them apart. And for her best reaction, we obviously want her to watch it live. So that kind of sucks to go back and for me to watch it when she's already watched it. So again, let me know what you guys think about that. If we can get her monetized real quick. If you guys who are subscribers for us want to watch that and actually want to see more of Erin, pretty much 100% Erin, with me kind of jumping in every once in a blue moon, or not even, just kind of behind the scenes running the camera and stuff like that. Let me know what you guys think about that. But she is starting it, it's happening, and I am happy for her, and hopefully it all goes well. All right, I do have to head to the store real quick. I'm out of our nails that we're using on everything, which is, if you guys really cared, it's an exterior galvanized ring shank, like 2 3/8 of an inch nail. We've used that for pretty much the entire house. All of the siding, the roof sheathing down to the trusses, and now all of the LP up on the porch and everything, and then now all of these boards. So I should finish up this entire side on the right side here real quick this morning. I've got 12 boards all stained, ready to go, and I've already got 19 installed, which should bring us all the way up to the peak. So I think we're gonna have some extras left over for sure. But I just guesstimated how many I needed total. So once I get one side done, that'll tell me how much I'll need. But these aren't gonna go to waste. Erin's studio downstairs in that bedroom studio now we want to go ahead and do a wood pattern and stuff. So I'll show you, probably show you this picture right here, what we're thinking of that room is going to look like with the sound deadening panels and stuff. I think it's going to be really sweet. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about that picture, that room. Whoever took that picture or where that room is, it looks freaking awesome. So that's going to be a sweet bedroom slash studio room. So we will definitely have to buy a hell of a lot more of this stuff. But again, let's just get started. Let's go to the store. Let's get our nails, and then I will be back shortly. All right, everybody, back home. Gonna go ahead and get started and get this whole ceiling knocked out. I did go ahead and pick a few things up though. We got some more stain just in case. I got this piece of trim here just because I thought it looked okay. It was more than just something like completely flat on the bottom. It's got a little bit of like a groove through it, but it's tapered on each side here. And hopefully that taper kind of works out that once that ceiling comes together up there at the peak, and there might be a little bit of a gap in between, I'll put this right up in there, and hopefully each one of those angles kind of meets that. I think this is a 412 pitch on the bottom. Hopefully it meets there and it can go right up in there and get brad nailed up in, and it'll finish off that center line like nice and pretty. The only thing that completely sucks is I've got a nailer which like nobody freaking uses. It's a 28 degree. It seems like in Ohio, 20 to like 30 is more common, and I guess nailers are the angle at which they're supposed to be at, I guess, goes on basically the location that you live in. Like 15 degree may be more popular in one state, when like 34 may be popular in another. But I've got this freaking 28 degree nailer that no one carries nails for, and these Dewalt nailers at my Home Depot are up to freaking almost $80 a box. They used to be only about 50. What a complete ripoff. But let me get this camera set up. We'll knock this out. And then the only thing else that I have to do, I don't know if you guys can see it. As mentioned in the first video, there's a little bit of a gap like right there in between that first board and the LP on this main like kind of header beam here. I went up in there and put spray foam all the way across that joint right there, and it kind of squeaked out a little bit. So we'll have to cut that foam back and then put caulking up in there, and then kind of paint it, and try not to get paint on the actual stained wood, because that obviously does look like a completely different color. So that will finish that out kind of 100% again, so bugs and stuff aren't getting up in there. And then maybe in this video too, we will have to cut again the access hole up in the main roof, so that way when we go up through the garage up into the house, we've got a hole that we can jump up into, and we'll be up into that attic space, and we can get up into this attic space, and that way we can make sure every once in a while, you know, a nest of bees or something didn't get up in there somehow and they're making something. And then obviously I don't want any bugs at all getting up into this porch attic space and then getting down into the main house attic space. So I want all this sealed off as well as possible. So, but let's set up and let's knock these out. finished up with this side over here completely. We got 30 boards going all the way up and then one that was cut down to about 2.5 inches. I got my light cut out but I do have to do a better job on it, and I need to figure out what piece we're gonna run, because I think that's a little bit wider than I wanna go with that little piece that I ended up buying. So we might have to actually take one of our leftover boards and rip cut that down to, instead of like whatever I bought, like that's 2 inches, we may have to go like say 3.5, and then cut our angles on there so it fits up in there nice and snug. The only problem I have to worry about is up in that corner right there. I don't want that hanging down below the LP, so we may have to also put it through the planer, because we're going down from like 5/8 of an inch. We may have to get it down to like 1/4 of an inch so it doesn't hang out, but we'll probably end up caulking that end and painting it anyway. But again, a lot of pieces that I still have to like trim out. Everything up in there, the gemstone ended up, for whatever reason, not allowing the boards to go down in there, so I had to remove those pieces of gemstone, and the angled gemstone that's up in there, I trimmed that side. I still have to trim this side to get it to hang lower, so that when the trim pieces go back up in there for the gemstone, they're pushed down a little bit so the boards can sneak in under there, and that way it fits a lot better. But I just have to be in here and again knock out 30 more of these. Hopefully I have 30, because some of them are broken, some of them are chewed up, some of them look pretty nasty, so those ones can go inside, because I don't really want the big cracks and holes and stuff sitting out here for bugs to get up through. But staining these out's real easy. I just take a brand new paper towel, I stain it on down, throw this one away, grab another half piece and wipe it on down, and then set it aside, and it's stained and it's done. And then this one that did the rubbing for the one to take off the excess, this now becomes my new stainer, and I can go ahead and stain it on down. And the system works really well. Spraying these would probably be a lot easier, and then just wiping them down as I'm done, but this seems to be working. It doesn't take that much time, but it is what it is, I guess. So 30 boards to stain. Let's get cracking at it, and let's get finished on these. 1 or 2 boards is fine, but when you start doing a ton of these, this stain is too much. So I gotta bust this out, because I absolutely get a headache after about 10 boards. All right, everybody, I did get it done last night, not 100%. We're having a windstorm right now, so I want to talk in here real quick, but I still have to go up into the attic with my spray foam and my caulking, and any hole that I see where light is coming up through, we'll go ahead and seal that up. So again, bugs can't get up through, and especially those boring bees, the ones that like will go right up through like 2x4s and put like big old boring holes in there. We want to definitely keep those out. So anything that's not caulked or anything that's not stained, if they see that raw lumber, I think they're going to go right for it. So we really want to seal everything up as best as we can up there. I also cut the attic access hole. This was all done at night, pitch black outside, and I had a headlamp on. But I went with a 3-inch hole saw and kind of guessed in the roofing. as I like punched a 3-inch hole down through there, and then I could look down in and see where the trusses were, and then I went and cut an access hole. So we actually can go up into the garage right now, climb all the way over and get up into this attic space. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take some of these 2x4s because there's really nothing to stand on. So I'm gonna have to go up there right now and kind of build like a ladder system over so I've got something to stand on and we don't fall down into the insulation. So we'll cut some of these up and we'll go up there. I still have one more piece of gemstone to add on. Again, my gemstone creeped up a little bit and I couldn't get the boards up in there. So I kind of have to like trim that down a little bit. So I still have to do that. But that piece that I was talking about, it worked quite nice to finish off the gap where like the two panels came together. The angles weren't 100%, so I just sealed it with some caulking. But overall, I think it turned out really nice. Now, one thing I did end up doing, 100%, I couldn't get the light fixture or fan or whatever we're gonna do. So I did add this little box here, and then those trim pieces that I was talking about right there and right there, they just kind of butt up next to it. And then I kind of sealed it with some caulking up in there. But overall, that looks really good that it's kind of like sealed up like that. Now, as soon as I get that one piece of gemstone on right there, this ceiling will be 100% done. And again, the only thing that I think I am gonna do at a later time is I am gonna go ahead and seal all these nail holes, which if you take a look, I did it on these first 2 rows over here. I can't see through the camera real well, but hopefully you guys can see that. These first 2 rows have no nail holes, or you'll see a little bit of the nail head because obviously metal can't take stain, but at least all around kind of like the nail, the wood is now stained as opposed to all these bright nails that you see up in there. Hopefully that just showed up on camera, but I think it looks a hell of a lot better with all the nail holes completely hidden. Not to mention the fact that I just did those 2 rows over there and a few spots over there. It's gonna look like crap that it doesn't even look like I nailed those boards down. So I am gonna have to do like 1,000 nails up in here and completely stain all of those. But what do you guys think? You think that worked out really well? Again, I know it's hard to get everything on camera, especially with the sun coming and going. Hopefully this all shows up really nice for you guys. So I'm gonna wrap this up here. I'm gonna knock out that gemstone and get up into the attic and build my ladder. And again, caulk everything up in there because there's no real place to stand or anything with the insulation. I'm just gonna do it off camera. But just know that I think we're 100% sealed everywhere with caulking, and this roof and up in our attic basically should last a lifetime. But let me know what you guys think about that. I think it turned out awesome. It is absolutely beautiful. It's perfect in what I wanted. From the street, it definitely looks like the house is solid black, but at least when you're up here on the porch and you're looking up, you can see a contrast difference that ebony stain is not the same as the Sherwin-Williams Tricore Black, I think is the color that we use for the entire house. So there is a contrast difference. The wood definitely does look more brown, even though as you're looking in here on the stain, it looks black as can be. But on camera and in person, it does look like a black brown wood as opposed to the LP that's actually stained or painted black. So the next thing that we're gonna have to do for the front of this house is obviously stain the entire porch, get our railings up so that it's to code. We still need to put concrete down for that first step that transitions up on the wood step and do a concrete sidewalk. We've got to paint the outside of that gable end. So all things that are going to be done in the springtime and the summer, but we are coming along, and that's what I got for you guys in this video. So if you guys got anything to say, like always, comment down below. You guys can message us or see other pictures behind the scenes on Instagram, NeckofTheWoods 2020. And if you're not already, please subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it, and we will see you guys next time. Until then, take care.